and it's going to be answered by Councillor Jill Taylor.
Thank you, Councillor Monk, for your question. It's a really interesting question, so thanks for bringing this up. We fully understand and appreciate the challenges and the profound difficulties facing many families across Dorset who need good quality, suitable and affordable housing. This includes the specific needs of households where family members have special educational needs or who are disabled, including those attending Mountjoy School, as you mentioned. Our own figures show that there is a high number and very broad range of people in need of housing. This is reflective of national housing and economic pressures, but is also reflective of the high level and complexity of support required within many of those families looking for a home. There is already excellent and detailed work carried out across housing, children's, adults and health teams to consider how best to support those families within the context of housing shortages and limited local and house type availability to match those specific needs. That work always looks to focus on supportive options for families, and the teams are always open to explore where a family are experiencing housing pressures and to seek realistic and sustainable solutions. We also work closely alongside our registered providers of social housing and private landlords to make sure that we are all aligned in the drive to find and provide suitable housing across the Dorset Council area and to minimise the pressures outlined in the question relating to distance and reliance on temporary accommodation. Just a bit of background on housing and the pressures that we're under. We have over 6,500 households currently on our housing register seeking social and affordable rented housing. During the year 23-24, our affordable housing programme provided just 508 new social homes, mainly through registered provider housing associations. And whilst this is considered very successful compared to other areas, which it is, we are doing really well, but we know that demand and need is considerably higher. Transforming and ramping up the delivery of affordable homes across the Dorset Council area is at the centre of this council's priorities, and we have formulated plans and actions at pace, adding to what we already do well, but doing much more to close those gaps. This includes making the most of available housing across the affordable and private rented sectors, and we work closely with families to help explore options for their short, medium and long-term needs. Sometimes the shortage of available properties in local areas means that there is a wait for most suitable or affordable home, but our housing registered team work with applicants to explore options and choices for families with specific support and housing needs. It is really, really difficult out there. If I had 1,000 houses today, that would not solve the issue. But that is the sort of numbers that we need today. They're just not there. In terms of how we let properties, this is governed by the Council's allocation policy, a statutory requirement covering the whole of the Dorset Council area, and carefully planned to meet housing need fairly and effectively. Council officers will determine priority and band households accordingly, using a set of lawful criteria. Our highest priority bands include consideration of urgent and high medical needs, along with other factors which may be relevant to the families that you've referred to within your question. This is explained well within the allocations policy, which is available on our website. The Council is also subject to a range of legal duties to prevent homelessness, but also to provide temporary accommodation and support into settled accommodation when a duty is determined. Temporary accommodation, unfortunately, currently includes bed and breakfast accommodation, but on the plus side also includes some leased accommodation. This is either managed or owned by the Council. Recent investment to support operational objectives has shown significant success in high prevention outcomes, households prevented from homelessness, and therefore reducing the reliance on expensive and unsuitable B&B and temporary accommodation. Over the past year, this has resulted in the number of families in bed and breakfast reducing to 20 at the moment. That's our current level. That is still too high, but we're doing far better than an awful lot of councils. Given the pressures on housing, we are developing an accelerated and ambitious plan to deliver our housing strategy. At the heart of that strategy is a clear and ambitious vision to ensure our residents have access to affordable, suitable, secure homes where they can live well as part of sustainable and thriving communities. The delivery plan is underway and will be flexed to respond to emerging priorities and changes in pressure, legislation or guidance in relation to accommodation with support. Please be assured, Councillor Monks, that these priorities very much include the need to support families who have children in schools, such as at Mountjoy, alongside the broad range of demand for housing, and work across this council is coordinated to do this effectively, pragmatically, and with the family's needs at the core. I'm always happy to talk about housing, so should you want to get in touch with me and talk further on this when you've had time to digest my answer, you're more than welcome to either give me a ring or Teams or what have you. I've also run this past Councillor Sutton, as this also involves our special educational needs children, and I think you're happy with that response. Yeah, Councillor Sutton is okay. So thank you very much for the question.
Thank you, Councillor Taylor, for a very comprehensive answer. Councillor Monks, do you wish to have a supplementary for that one?
Only just to welcome the answer. It'd be a pleasure to discuss further. And I actually have a Costa Councillor Sutton who's going to join me in the new year for coffee at the Parents Mountjoy monthly coffee morning. So if you'd like to join us, I can vouch for the school's parents. They do a fantastic chocolate fudge brownie. Other cakes are available, so it'd be great to invite you both to come and meet parents at Mountjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Monks. And it's now your turn again, I believe, and Councillor Bartlett is going to answer the next question.